We're gonna get some breakfast around here. We're gonna get some breakfast here.
Hello? Okay, what's going on here? What? Hello? Can I help you? What's the problem?
Where can I get my coffee around here? There's no coffee. I need my coffee.
There's no coffee. Look around. I have one building. This town does not have a coffee shop yet. There's no cafes.
This is horrible. We're gonna get my coffee. I need my coffee. I need my coffee. I hate this place.
I'm sorry. Is that what you want me to say? Like, I can get to it. Have some patience. You know?
This is ridiculous. I need my coffee. I need my coffee. I'm not coming back even less than the coffee.
What just happened? I guess we're making a cafe? Hi. The build's coming along nicely. I'm starting the build. We're part way in. The base, like the first layer of the build, is coming along nicely, and I thought I would stop and chat a little bit about my building process. I should probably sleep first because it's getting nighttime. So I kind of forgot my building process for this one over here. So we're kind of starting again with the building process, but you know, it's okay. It's coming along. So of course I am building a little bit of a cafe area, which is actually going to end up being my house thing. I don't want to be sleeping in my storage area. I just want this one to be my storage area. Here, I want this to be like the first floor, be like a cafe, welcome environment, and on the top floor is kind of where my living area is, like I live on the top floor of the cafe, which is pretty sweet, I think. And especially this time, I'm taking inspiration from a Cuban style interior. So we're gonna get to that eventually, but I have some very, very, very cool ideas to go with this. But let's first go over the building process, because you know, we're all here to learn. I started off by laying the kind of foundations, which you probably saw in the time lapse, or like the little montage thing I did. And honestly, I think I'm one of the few people that will start with the floor, or like have a floor and not do that like last. You know, you build everything and then you go back and like mine out the floor and put that back in. Nah, I like putting this in first because it can kind of help me guide where the layout of the house is. So here is going to be my kind of entrance to the area where I walk in, and there's a big window here, and probably a couple of like seating and dining areas down here, as well as I need to fit in a actual like booth and like where people will order their coffees from. I don't have a whole lot of space, I won't lie. There's not a whole lot of space in here, so we might have to push a bit of that detailing upstairs, but that should be okay. This wall along here is looking very plain, and I've got to change that up. There's no spice to it, there's no life, I've got to change that, but that will come in a second. Out here, I want to do like an outdoor sitting area with some umbrellas and all of that kind of vibe. Very cozy, very lively, and yeah, I think that should work out really well. So I'm going to admit, I am struggling a little bit with the upstairs area. It's kind of feeling a little bit weird. Like the layout is a bit strange. I'm not too sure what's going on. There's a lot of like yellow colors. There's a lot of that whitey beigey kind of color. And it's kind of feeling a little bit odd. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about that, to be honest. But I've got faith in myself. I think I can pull through. I think I can figure something out. But I think it's going to take a little bit more trial and error to figure out where I'm actually at with this build. So I think from here, I want to put in some windows along this wall along here, and probably figure out the layout of the top floor and add in a balcony along here so that we can, you know, look out onto the street. That's gonna be the plan. Will that actually turn out like that? I have no idea, but I think it's time to get back to some building. Oh my God. And welcome back. The details have been detailed. Kind of. We're missing still half the roof, but that's okay. We're getting there. So the front of the house is coming along. I've added in a couple of details. I've added in these big windows here, or like kind of like veranda kind of things. The stairs need to be updated. They're coming along. But upstairs, I've added a couple of walls and these little balconies that match the other sides. You can kind of like look across the courtyard. See, look at like the end of the little storage house. I think that's so cute. I want to add a couple of like stairs along here to add to this balcony. So it's kind of like a little, what do you call it? Like, I don't know, long balcony along there. I don't know the word for it. I'm not an architecturist. I think the plan from here is to finish off the roof and kind of get the thing sorted out so I kind of know what the actual place is going to be. And then we get to go into some detailing, which is going to be like all the interior design and making it feel like a cafe rather than just a block of whatever you would call this. You know, I don't want to live in a house that's called or whatever you can call this. I want to live in a cafe. So we've got to build the cafe. Let's do it. I've built myself a cafe. The cafe is coming along nicely. The interiors are all done. Oh wait, hang on. No, the actual build is done. We've got some work to do in terms of the interior. That's the most fun part. I've gone around, I've planned out how I want to lay out the interior of this build. I want it to be a cafe. I want you to be able to walk in here and be able to order yourself a coffee, have areas to sit down and like a little cake stand. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's going to be good. But we've kind of just got to get straight into it, right? Like I could just hang around and keep yapping on, but like, you don't want to hear that. I want to start building. Let's get to it. So in here, I want to put my little coffee stand, my little like, you know, where the barista stands and like they make the coffee here. So that's kind of why I put this little tile behind here. And it'd be nice to like, you know, have wind kind of blowing behind you through here as you're making your coffees, you know? I feel like you can turn around, you have your coffee machine up against the window here. Oh, it'd be blissful. I would make coffees here all day. I'm thinking if we use white for the... Oh, I don't know. Do I like that? Hang on. What about the other way? All right, that's not really working for me. Let's try a different color. Oh, wait, hang on. That looks nicer. I like that. All right, we're gonna go with that then. So if this is the front bench, this is where you go up and like you order here. We definitely got to put some stuff on there. That's always going to be cluttered. So behind here, I want to set up a little like coffee stand. So maybe that's where I put my barrel, but then that gets rid of... Oh, maybe if we just do one. Like, let me get a stair. That could work. And we can do a little coffee machine on here. Like you get a little brick surface. Could be cool. You stand here. Now I do a little bit like storage area along here. Shelving units. Yeah. So if we chuck some... Whoa. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay. And what else can I hang from here? We could do like a specials board that comes down here, like using hanging signs. All right, that's looking pretty cute. I like the little like special board along there, and it's giving here a lot of vibrancy, a lot of color, which I like. I think we're gonna have to start on the coffee machine pretty soon. How am I gonna do this? Okay, so I have an idea of how I want to do the coffee machine, but it's gonna take a bit of armor stand magic to do its trick. Luckily, I'm the best that I know at using armor stands for details. So we're gonna lock in and put some insane detail into this little place. I'm very excited. Let's do it. I've got a little cafe area. Look how cute this is. And look. Look at this guy. I got a coffee machine. I have been busy with the armor stand mod making this little coffee machine here. We've got our steam wand here. We've got our coffee wand tamper thingy-majig. A little cup. You know, there's pressure gauges that actually moves as the day goes on. We don't talk about that. It's fine. It's totally fine. We don't worry about that. And we've got our grinder over here. So I can be like, you know, and then boop, boop, I'll take that out. And then I put it in here and boop. And then I grind it, and then and then I go take it back, and then I put it back in here, and whoosh, copy. I've got my my special board along here, and I'm very happy with how it's turning out. Nice little details in here. It doesn't feel too cramped just yet, but I think we can chuck some more paintings up here and a couple more item frames and make this feel really nice and busy. So, boom! Look at that detail. We've got a little banner up here. We've got some paintings. Make this feel nice and busy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think next off, I want to work on some seating area here and some outdoor seating area. Because what kind of cafe doesn't have a lovely little outdoor seating area? But first, I really want to flex on my my little detailing interiors in there, and so I've added sprinkles around. I think you really appreciate the little coffee hut thing, jig cafe thing back there. You know what I mean. What is this?
I was hiding behind the house, and then there was nowhere else for me to hide to get here.
I saw your name tag, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get ready, and then I just hear
Oh,
it just
no,
be like, do you think? I got something to show you. I think you're gonna appreciate it.
Okay.
I'm working on my little house. So that's my storage area over here. And then here, this is going to be my actual like house thingy-majig. And I was like, well, I don't want to live in my storage area. So I thought instead I want to live in the top part of a cafe. So I'm working on a cafe. Yeah, very cute, very cute. Front door in here, I have made a little cafe area.
Oh!
Look at this. And this is what you're going to appreciate. Look at my coffee machine.
Oh! That is so cute. The little freaking thing. What do you call it?
I don't even know what you're looking at.
The shot maker.
Yeah. The I actually have no idea what it's called either.
What is it called?
I don't know. The
That
thing.
is so cute. The thing.
And I've got my grinder over here.
Oh my god. Oh, that is so cool. And the little steam one too.
There's
That is so
a
cute.
bit to it.
I love it. Oh,
Actually,
that is so clever.
that steam one would look so much better with the blaze rod. I gotta fix that up.
Oh yeah, because then it would match the.
It would. It would match the clock.
Yeah.
Oh well, that can change.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That
my
is
little, this is
so
my little
cute.
coffee window that I've got to do my
100%
interiors
make
now.
coffee here.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like you get the breeze from
Outdoor
behind
view,
you.
yeah.
Exactly.
Wow, that is so cool. Does anyone work here?
Well,
Ding,
not
ding.
yet.
I want my coffee. Ding, ding.
I can.
Give me coffee.
There you go. There's your coffee.
Oh, yay!
Your skimmy milk
Wow.
latte.
My skimmy.
Your skimmy milk. That
I
stuff's
want you
not
to
milk.
guess what. I want you to guess what you think my coffee order actually is.
Okay, well I know. I think you used to drink oat, but not anymore. Almond sucks. Full cream also sucks. But I know you don't drink soy. So I'm gonna say you go for a latte, nice casual latte. You know, you get that anyway. It's usually pretty good. But I'm gonna say you started with oat. You then transitioned to full cream, but then it didn't sit right. So you transitioned back to oat.
That's specific.
Well,
so you think it's an oat latte?
I think it's an oat latte.
I don't think you could have been more wrong.
Well, look, I tried.
I have been drinking an iced Americano with a dash of soy.
What is an Americano? What?
Basically a long black, but it sounds fun when you say Americano.
Iced long black with a dash of soy.
Yeah.
That sounds horrific.
Or just, it's not. And half a sugar.
Sprinkles.
It cannot
Sprinkles.
be. It cannot be a whole
Sprinkles.
sugar. It cannot be a whole sugar.
No shot you are having sugar on your coffee. All right, it is time to do some outdoor sitting area. I've got an idea. Let's do it. So I have made this little, what do you call it? Umbrella, outdoor umbrella. But I don't know. I think it's too, like, this birch is too similar to this color here. But I don't know what to change it to, because if it's yellow, it's going to be too much. Maybe we try doing like a blue using like the warp stuff. and let's do a red one using mangrove and see which one I like more. Well, I'm not entirely sure on either of them. Like, they look good. I like the design. I tried using like a pot for the bottom part of the red one. Obviously don't have a blue pot. Like, that wouldn't make sense to have a red pot for the blue base, but I don't know. I'm a little torn. It does look good. I do like it, but I'm not sure on the color. I think I like the red one more at the moment, but I think it's worth that we try something now, change it later. Let's work on the interior and we'll come back to this maybe another time. Hi, I've got a few things to show you. I have been working just a little bit more on the interiors and the coffee machine. Look, I've added a couple of details that I think just make it look a little bit nicer, just more aesthetically pleasing. But what I want to work on now is a sign for the cafe using, yet again, more armor stands because they look good. So that's the plan. A sign just up there, big sign that says cafe. I'm excited. But I did think I should show you my my little coffee machine that I've changed the one to be a blaze rod, and I've added these details around the side just to, like, you know, make it look a little bit nicer. I do like it this way, but I think, look, there's going to be a lot of entities in my base. All of these paintings, these signs, everything like this takes more and more resources on the server, so eventually I'm going to have to remove some of them, and that coffee machine is a little bit excessive, so look, we'll see how long it lasts. But anyway, it's sign time. That's a pretty good looking sign. Well, I finished my my armor stand sign up there. It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it looks, you know, like it says cafe. It's pretty simple. But in terms of armor stands, it's a lot, you know, like that doesn't look like you'd usually get that in Minecraft, let's be real. But I'm very happy with how it's turning out. You know, it's just that extra little details that people, you know, they actually will notice that one. That's pretty easy to notice. The coffee machine, no one's noticing. That one, oh boy. So from here, the only real thing is to just do the interior of the build. As much as I've been dilly-dallying on the details over there, it's probably time to actually get really sorted on the interior of the build and finish it up. Let's do it. So the cafe is all done. I've done all my interiors, I've done all the detailing, and I am so happy with how it's turned out. There's a couple of things I need to change later down the track, but for now, I'm pretty happy with it. So I think it's probably time we do a little bit of a house tour. Let's do it. So here is the entrance to the cafe, where I've got my sign that obviously says cafe up there with some outdoor sitting areas and this brick kind of path that I think might keep going. We'll see. Then in here, this is where you come to order your coffee. You've got your little specials board up here. My coffee machine's down the back. Oh, and my grinder. And oh my god, the detailing on this is just insane. There's just so much little tiny things that people aren't really going to notice, but I know that they're there, and I just love that fact. I've used a lot of paintings and banners along here to really kind of make the walls feel really vibrant and beautiful and lively. And over here, we've got some seating areas where, you know, you can sit down, you can have your morning coffee. I don't really know how you're supposed to sit in these chairs. I won't lie. That's a little bit, you know, creative mindset, yeah. Back here, we've got some sweet treats that I don't have any in stock yet. Or there might be stock someday. Who knows? Not me. More paintings, and if we go upstairs, we've got a little, like, kitchenette area and a little seat that I can sit in and have my little desk. And then over here is my, like, bedroom area where my actual bed is. And I get this lovely, well, it's raining right now, so that's not as nice, but when the sun rises, it actually comes through here and you get the light coming through all of here, lighting all of this area up, as well as it actually comes all the way through this windowsill here, which is just, I think that's pretty cool. We've also got, oh my god, this grew a little bit than I thought it was going to. Let's trim this back a little bit. Here, I've got a little bit of a, oh, I haven't seen that before. That's kind of cool. Here we've got a little like trellis thing. Indoor trellis, you know, indoor garden, but maybe it's going a little bit better than I expected it, so maybe that's a good thing. But we've got like a little indoor bush area thingy-majig, which is cool. And then obviously using that same kind of mindset of lots of open living, lots of open areas, lots of windows we can really get through, and you know, you feel like that wind is blowing through your hair, that lovely ocean salty air. Let me show you this sunrise because it's just that beautiful. Have a look at that. How good is that? Coming up over the beach, over the ocean. Oh my god, it is just the most beautiful view that really just shines through here. I absolutely love it. Well, that about wraps up today's episode. We've done a lot of building, we've done a lot of work, and it's only going to get better from here. The plan is to have this stretch of road done in the next few months, and then we're going to work on a bit more of the actual sports resort. These two builds have been taking quite a while, so I think I really want to speed up how quickly I get these next few buildings done and put in place. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have really enjoyed this really like kind of deep dive into detailing, and especially using the armor stand to get some stuff really like not as you would see in regular Minecraft, and I'm liking how it turned out. So thank you so much. Have a great morning, good evening, or good night, wherever you've come from. See you all next episode. Bye.